And now just minimize this. Right there in the yellow. Boom. So when you pull that back up now, Scott, let's pull this back up. I want this one here because I have the score bug right there. So just click on that. Just click on that. There we go. So now we can do that later. So just minimize that again. We're ready to go. Welcome aboard, everybody. We're doing a little just getting things right for you folks at home. Welcome to River Falls, Wisconsin. DC Everest has returned the volley of sorts. They traveled 2 hours and 38 minutes west to take on the River Falls Wildcats in freshman football tonight. Last night, the River Falls Wildcats varsity squad traveled over to Schofield, Wisconsin, and ended up getting out of there with a 56-21 victory. Scott, is that accurate? Is that score real close? Something like that? 54-21. Yeah, pull this mic real close, Dan.
There we go.
54-21. So, anyway, River Falls got a win last night, and today it'll be the freshmen. See what they can do against this DC Everest Evergreen freshman squad. Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome. I'm Kevin Westhouse, joined by Scott Simpson and Dan Jenkins. We'll be bringing you along tonight. Actually, mainly Scott Simpson will be bringing you along tonight. So, Scott, it's over to you.
Thanks, Kevin. We're happy to try to bring some freshman football. This will be the rubber match. JV lost 34-30. Varsity with the aforementioned blowout. And today we'll see some freshman action. Two pretty good-sized squads. From what we can see, DC Everest has got quite a few freshmen. I think their enrollment is 400 or 500 more than River Falls, so that checks out there. And we got a great day for football. So I appreciate Dan and Kevin trying to help out a dad get a broadcast out here. So we'll do our best. And we do have a roster, so we'll assuming we can read numbers from where we are, we'll try to get your son's name, call your son's name when they make a play or get in the game. So we'll do our best.
Yeah, the chat section's open. Anthony Hengst already has found it from the Fox Valley. They're always tuned in. I don't know if it's too early to put some brats on the grill, Anthony. How were they last night? Glad you're back with us tonight for some freshman football. Yeah, it's been a while since we've done freshman football, I think a couple years. So, Scott, I'm glad you took the impetus and the interest in doing this again. This is great for families all across the fruited plain to be able to see these young men participate in high school athletics, and it's a really good thing. You're going to make some grandma and grandpa or aunt and uncle happy somewhere on planet Earth.
Yeah, I think so. We have a 4 p.m. start time. We've got 4:30 on the clock out there, so I assume we're going to get started on time. This freshman team did travel to New Richmond, picked up an unscheduled game last week, and I don't recall the score, but was a pretty evenly matched first freshman game of the year, and plenty of things to learn from and improve for today. So this is a pretty talented and athletic freshman class. So it'll be a lot of fun to watch them.
Yeah. So just a little housekeeping as well. I mean, this is freshman football. We have a limited staff up here tonight. So Scott will be giving the time quite frequently and the down and distance quite frequently. And we'll get the scores working for you on the scoreboard, but it won't be quite the show you saw last night, probably with more limited members working tonight. So, but Scott will do a good job to let you know down and distance and time on the clock. Do you fellas mind if I turn that fan down to a lower setting?
Yeah, go for it. No crowd shots because we can't get the camera angle towards the crowd, but I am fairly impressed. For 4 o'clock on a Friday here, Labor Day weekend, we got a full home stand and a pretty full visitor stand, and we're starting to get the fence line filled up here too with folks.
Yeah, the turnstiles are humming. I thought that was a fan on in the room here, and that was the turnstiles. They're just humming like a fan. SRO today here. Does this field have a name other than Wildcat Field?
Not yet, but I'm guessing it's available.
It's available.
Right,
yeah. David Bell, was that who we'd call? if you want to shoot the lock off your wallet and get this field named after you. I think the first number starts with 6 figures.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah, happy to have Wildcat fans and maybe a few DC Everest fans. We will let you know we do not have a roster for DC Everest. I don't have coach names for DC Everest, so somebody wants to put that in the chat. We'll try to take a look at the chat for that, but we don't plan to call out names and numbers for DC Everest on this broadcast.
So we don't have them. And again, if you're watching from DC Everest, if you want to put half a dozen names and numbers down, there's a 42% chance we could write those down and use them, and we would probably try. But yeah, we don't have a roster. So it's fun. Anthony Hinks said, "Hey, the brats were awesome last night." Said firing up burgers tonight, maybe some ribs too. It's good. Watch some Wildcat freshman football with some burgers and ribs.
Yeah, there's plenty of college football on tonight after this freshman game. So if you didn't get your football fill from freshman football here, you can certainly find plenty more to do.
Scott, I hear you're going to take the family and go watch some college football this weekend, maybe with one of your kids.
Yeah, we might take a little trip, so that'd be good. Go see some Big Ten action. River Falls freshmen are coached by Coach Ryan Pahachik. My guess is his lifetime record is about 35-35, given my experience watching freshman football. So these are usually pretty competitive games and get a lot of kids into play, and the coaches are using these as an opportunity to coach the fundamentals and get them to understand the offense and defense, hopefully that the varsity plays. But there's not a lot of collegiate recruiting highlight film getting filmed at the freshman games. They're just out there trying to learn what they're doing.
Scott, what number is your son on this team?
So there's a Simpson kid out there, number 40. So he'll be, at least what we saw last game, he'll be playing.
This is my first
little defense, little offense. It looks like we've got River Falls kicking off.
This is my first recruiting trip on number 40. I have not seen him play yet.
Plenty of time for that. Freshman year is a good time they keep the freshmen together. Pretty much regardless of their skill, everybody gets a chance to let their bodies grow a little bit, get to play with their buddies. It's kind of that last year where they're all together by their age group, and then it's something special. I think they should enjoy it. It's fun to see them out there.
9 minutes on the clock, Scott. We were kind of debating that last night. So 9-minute quarters.
9-minute quarters for freshmen makes a little sense to me, so that's good. Kicking off for River Falls was Leo Corey. Return back to the 46. And that's where the Wildcat defense will get started. And immediately we have somebody out on the field for the Wildcats that's not on the roster. So the first person I was going to call, number 80, I don't see on the roster. So so much for having the roster.
That's an incomplete bingo card is what we got there.
I'm guessing they're on the roster, but they left their jersey at home and are wearing somebody else's.
That could happen.
Wearing the leftover. Knowing freshman boys.
Pretty good hard run there on the
Good
outside.
run. Little missed tackle there. We're probably not going to point out too many of the weaknesses today. We'll just try to highlight the good stuff. So
we're celebrating freshman football.
good 8-yard run today.
That wind is coming right in.
off.
Wind is coming right into the booth.
Looks like number 0, number 40 on the tackle there. That's 0 is Merrick Dietrich and 40 Alex Simpson.
Is that a fresh set of downs for DC Everest? Move the chains.
Looks like we'll be 1st and 10.
This is kind of helpful with the chain gang on the other side. The folks at home can see the down and distance. It's built in.
So that's some good penetration there by number 62, Levin McKinney-Reed. And Wildcat defense was not fooled and was ready for the pass there. So this looks very similar to the varsity offense for DC Everest. So that running back starts behind and then goes right or left or...
Oh, that's a good stick right there.
So a good wrap up by number 40, Alex Simpson.
Boy, that was textbook. He just put the shoulder right into the midsection and then kind of lifted and drove. Really nice hit. I heard the pads popping from here.
I see number 85, Sawyer Blake, is on our side. Then 11, McKinney-Reed. I'll try to get those other numbers here. I think we got Landon Koopfall, and I'm not sure who the other defensive tackle is.
Pretty good coverage out there. Throwing a little high.
Looks like the other defensive tackle is Riley Combs, number 50. Linebackers are, we mentioned Dietrich Simpson. It looks like number 80, and I don't have an 80 on my bingo card. Good to see Uncle Nick is on the broadcast commenting about the drip of the players out there. Number 1, Mason Jeffrey on the far side cornerback. He's joined by Eli Johansson. We have Kentavious Jordan on the near side cornerback. And I'll see if I can get the number of the, looks like the safety out there was number 26, Creighton Dorn.
So turnover on downs. That was the third or fourth throw by that quarterback. He's got a really nice arm, but all throws are just a little bit high.
Yeah, so looks like good mix of kids on the defense. You'll see some kids on freshmen play both ways, but a lot of times they kind of separate them out to get everybody some snaps here. So we'll probably have a whole nother list of names I need to call out as we go through here.
Scott, is this your play-by-play debut?
Yeah, I think so. It's probably pretty evident.
You got to start somewhere.
Number 29 on the carry, that's Cody Ronender. The fullback on that play was Alex Simpson. The quarterback for the freshman Wildcats is Max Walquist. Subbing in is 26, Creighton Dorn. And I'll try to get that line as soon as I can see who they are. Tight ends are Mason Fox and Michael Pelton. And if I can get the names of the offensive line, I'll try to read them when I see them. Another nice little carry. hard 2 to 3 yards there. I would say our freshman offensive line has got some pretty good size. And what I'm seeing for the defensive line of DC Everest is for a freshman team, they got a pretty good sized defensive line. So that's a good matchup. I think we were quite a bit bigger on the offensive line versus the new Richmond defensive line. So this is a little bit more equal match here for size. But we got some big boys up there on the offensive line.
5:47, 5:46 to go here in quarter one.
That's a nice catch there by Bauer Ewing, number 14.
Yeah, he had to go down and get that. Got his arms underneath the football. Good concentration.
Doing his best Mason Novak impression there.
Right.
Cutting across, put himself in a little bit of jeopardy and get that ball. First down for the Wildcats.
Clock continues to run. 5:14, 5:13 here in quarter one.
So I think our offensive line is Vinny Parra, Luca Albert. I think I see a 99, Liam Winberg. I saw a 79. That's Dylan Meyer. And I see a 50-something. Let's see who that would be. It might be 56, Davis Gavin. Nice little run by Blake Rodriguez there. It is 56. So I think we've called off everybody that's out there according to the list we've got.
David was showing some nice athleticism there. He was shifty. He was kept his head up. Ball's high and tight, and nice run.
Clock is ticking at 4:14, 4:12, 4:11. Another run right up the middle there. Looks like 4 or 5 yards on that carry.
Nick says he's glad to see the neck rolls coming back into fashion.
Well, these are freshmen are impressionable. They're around the varsity squad, and so when they see their counterpart on varsity getting something, they think they ought to have it too. At least that's the case at our house. Almost intercepted. Yeah, there's a few of those offensive linemen out there that were, they look at the varsity linemen and say, well, they've got this type of glove or they've got this type of shoe, and linebackers.
So I just discovered an issue with the camera. I should probably have it up on the ledge because I'm kind of blocked off on this corner down here.
Well, don't worry. We won't. We'll just have all the touchdowns will be thrown to that corner.
Doc might pay.
If we get one, we get a pylon shot there, Kevin.
Yeah.
They'll just have to take our word for it.
Yeah, between quarters, I'm going to go put that up on the ledge.
Oh, that's a nice wrap-up tackle there by number 31.
So when you say neck roll, why do I think of Brian Bosworth back in the day? Maybe he had a football card or something. Big neck roll.
Yeah, I don't.
Might be the old-fashioned type of neck
I'm not
roll.
sure that's what that's called, Uncle Nick, but it's. I think a neck roll with the
cowboy collar.
That's a cowboy collar.
Oh.
There, that's what that
okay.
is. Yeah, cowboy collars are back in, Uncle Nick.
I don't know what that is. Is that like a neck roll?
I think the theory is when you're nose tackle, linebacker, fullback, your head can get whipped back there, and you don't want that to happen.
Mm-hmm.
Wildcats look like they have about the same. They're rotating the running backs a little bit. set here. It looks like Blake Rodriguez set back. Alex Simpson.
Oh! And there's our first decleater of the freshman season. That was a hard hit.
Yeah, a little high there, but way to hang on to the ball.
Wow, good concentration. Hey, Jacqueline, we're glad you're here. She says, thanks for the broadcast. You bet, Jacqueline. Glad you're enjoying it. Freshman football from River Falls High School, River Falls, Wisconsin. Our commute a little shorter today. Not sure who that was intended for, Scott.
Yeah, that's the first pass. Max has looked real good. That was the first pass that was just a little bit off. Of course, you never know what route the wide receiver was supposed to run and what the quarterback thought they were going to run. And like we talked about last night, you want the wide receivers to make the quarterback look good and the quarterback to make the wide receivers look good, and then the scoreboard looks good. So
right.
It's the ultimate team sport here. So
ultimate. Third down and what? 7, 8?
Well, little problem. We had looked like, I don't know, our version of the jet sweep there with the wide receiver coming across.
Little issue on the exchange. Yeah. So now here's the question: is fourth down and what about 13? I think you're going to go for it here, huh, Scott?
Freshman football does likely not have a kicker that is even in the mix here for discussion, so that would be news to me. So I think I don't recall us even kicking extra points last week. So I think it's 4 downs every time. I do think we have a punter, so.
Oh, that's a real nice pass and catch.
Nice pass and catch. And I think that's going to be close. Oh, yeah, that's first down.
That's number 4. They needed 14. They needed 14 yards, and they got 15.
Yeah, Bauer
really
Ewing
nice.
Malquist to Ewing is paying off here. So now I wouldn't be surprised if we got the I formation here. Blake Rodriguez is the back, and up back is Simpson. Oh, little misdirection. Nice cutback. Looks like it was good for 5. I think we're going to be second and just inside the 2.
And we're going to flip sides. So they're going to pick up that football, and we're going to go to the second quarter. And I'm going to show you how to do this here now. So let's just go. Let's bring this back up right here. Nope, the second one right there. And then we have to go down. Oh, yeah, it's reconnecting. So just go down here and just scroll it. Let me see here. Should be able to scroll the bottom. Let me see. Let me refresh it. Where's the refresh button? Here it is. Oh, there. Okay, you have to put the mouse, Scott, right inside this here. Then you can get down and go to second quarter. Right there. So you just have to have the mouse inside there. So, Scott, you mentioned punters and kickers, and the varsity team has played 2 games now, Scott, and we don't know if we have a punter there either because there's been no punt situations.
Yeah, that's a good 15 touchdowns, a couple turnovers and downs, and no punts. And it's okay if we never find out if we have a punter all season.
Hey, Dan, do you have some statistics from that first quarter at all?
Yeah.
Let me turn you up a little bit. Put that mic right up and nice and tight. What do you got, Dan?
Well, we got Max
There we go.
going 4 for 6 for 30 yards passing. His main target was Bauer Ewing, 3 receptions at 21 yards. On the running front, we got Blake Rodriguez with 4 rushes and a total of 20 yards, and Cody Ronender, 3 rushes for 9 yards.
They call that a touchdown?
Touchdown.
They did. So you can go over there and you can add 6 points.
And hopefully one of the 3 of us was watching to see, because I was not.
Scroll up. There you go. We're team 2, I believe, there. So
Did you see who scored that?
I did not. Here, let me put the mouse right in here, now just scroll. Oh, there, that'll work too, right there. There we go. They're going to kick an extra point. Let's see. Holds good. The kick is up, and wow, nice kick. It's at number 10, Scott.
Number
Here, I'll get the
might be
scoreboard for you.
18, Kevin.
Okay.
I can't tell if it's 10 or 18. I think it's 18, judging by the height. So that Landon Kupfel.
That was a nice kick.
Yeah, and I don't have a 10 on my roster sheet, so I'm guessing.
So yeah, I didn't see who scored that there.
I'm assuming it's 22. He was running back in there.
You can go back and rewatch it, maybe.
We'll have to.
Blake Rodriguez.
We'll have to run it back, but
With the Legion Insurance look back on our own.
Uncle Nick says it was your son.
Oh, there you
So
go.
I'm guessing that I missed
You can watch it
touchdown
later,
from
Scott.
Alex. They must have been an I formation there, and
And it was from the 2, and it was a big pile, so
They-
it was tough to see.
they have a nice play there where they just give it to the fullback quick and.
I'm going to get bold right now.
So thanks everybody for joining us today.
Yeah.
Hopefully we're not having too many people play hooky from the work they got to get done before the end of the day on holiday weekend.
I think a lot of people are already at the campground or cabin or on a lake somewhere this Labor Day weekend. You know, around my office, it was pretty sparse. Oh, nice tackle for a loss there.
Yeah, I can confirm the touchdown was number 40, Alex Simpson. For those of you at home, we don't have any height and weight for freshmen, so we're just going to make it up as we go.
You know why they don't put? Do you know why they don't put height and weight on for freshmen? Because these kids are growing so fast, it doesn't stay the same from week to week. You can't keep up. You run out of ink.
I think that's a fact.
They started out the season at 5'10", 160, ended up the season at 6'2", 200.
So, couple of substitutions here on defense. It looks like we've got 80 and 42 at linebacker. So let's again. I apologize. We don't have a number 80 on our roster, and I'm trying to tell just by the way he walks which kid he might be that I had for basketball or baseball. And right now, I'm not 100% sure. Looks like the corners are the same. I see Roslansky is in at safety now. It looks like same front set and same ends.
That's number 3 for DC Everest. Hey, I got to give a quick shout out. So Scott Mann, he's our Southeastern Tennessee fan. He's been out for a little while. He tunes into everything, including freshman football. Scott, welcome back. He said he's been out for a little while, and hope you're well, Scott. And glad you're on the broadcast today, and it's really good to see you, Scott Mann. We have fans from all over the place.
That's good, even for freshman football.
Yep. Scott's on for everything. He found us once, and he just continues to enjoy.
So DC Everest 1st and 10, the ball at the 49, Wildcat 49. We've got about 7 minutes left in the second quarter. 7-0 Wildcats. A good penetration there. Both Landon Kupfel and Merrick Dietrich in on the pressure. I didn't pay close attention to their quarterback. I think it's the same. I think they've had number one has been their quarterback. Sometimes with these freshman games they switch every series or every few series, and sometimes they just roll with one guy. So we'll see if with that big of a squad what they've got for a quarterback. Looks like Merrick Dietrich on the tackle.
Six 13, 6-12, 6-11 to go here in quarter two. 7-0 Cats. DC Everest in a pretty long possession here. Nice passing catch down to the 20-yard line. They're knocking on the door.
Yeah, quarterback is a pretty tall kid. He had another, I'd say about 6'3" coming at him. Wouldn't be surprised if the quarterback is 6'1", 6'2". Pretty tall kid.
Got an update from the field from Evelyn Jenkins.
Mm-hmm.
Blake Freeze is number 80. He is not number 13.
Good.
Make a note of that, Mr. Simpson.
So we've got people everywhere.
That's good inside inside information. We got reconnaissance groups everywhere making sure.
Yeah, so then so it looks to me like, well, we've subbed again so we're doing a little subbing in the secondary, a little subbing in the linebackers. If he turns to look at me a little bit, I think we've got a sub at D tackle, but I can't see the number. I think it's 52 potentially, Jonah Thompson. Oh, what an interception, and I think he might get there. It's a foot race.
30, 10, 5. Touchdown, leaping interception, 95 yards. Look at the kid. Oh, baby, there's a highlight reel.
Well, if you have a question about whether these kids are a team, it's like every one of them caught the interception.
That's cool.
So much excitement they don't even get their extra point team on the field.
Yeah, when that quarterback released it, I don't know if he's going to be able to step in front of it. He wasn't quite able to get there, but he kind of tipped it. It went up in the air, alertly grabbed it, and then it was just off to the races. And that was number 4, Scott?
Number 4, Ken Tavoyas Jordan.
Well, Kenta Tavoyas Jordan got off to the races and put 6 on the board for the Wildcats. And that one's good. Might want to throw 7 more on your scoreboard, Scott.
Now, I think the kicker was actually 42, and so we gave credit last time to the holder for the extra point. I think so. I'm guessing last time it was 42 also. So that's Leo Corey.
Okay. You want to put another 7 on the board there, Scott, for the kids?
I will happily put another 7 on the board.
There we go.
And apologize for pronunciation on these folks that we do not have a phonetically no media guide up here.
No media guide.
No player introduction reels or
No, we did not have a 90-minute pre-production meeting. Nothing.
And we're not going to have one.
No, that's accurate. Someone says, who is number 0 for River Falls?
0 is Merrick Dietrich. He's been playing Mike and Will. Looks like mostly Mike, linebacker.
Well, it looked like DC Everest had something going. They had a long possession there, moving the football. And then we get this pick 6.
Good wrap up there by the Cats. Looks like number 88 on the tackle. That's Cam Kroll. And as somebody who's coached a lot of these kids, I'm just having a chuckle at they have all of their formal names on here. So I don't think they want me to call them
by their nickname,
by their birth certificate name here.
Why don't you just throw in the middle name as well?
52 Jonah Thompson, 50 Riley Combs, 62 Levin McKinney-Reed are your D tackles. And that's a nice that was a good save there.
Number 28, I think, Scott. Yes, it is.
28, Eric Wyke. Yeah, there was a lot of penetration there, and didn't get an arm out. They went on past there.
Yeah, Wyke's playing safety. Did a nice job stepping up. You know, he got his arm around him and brought him down to planet Earth. Nice tackle. 3:55, 3:54, 3:53 to go till the half. 14-0 River Falls over DC Everest. That's number 0, right on cue.
Merrick Dietrich with the tackle. That's a TFL there.
Scott Mann wants to know number 62 for River Falls with the pants. So is there an explanation? They look good. I don't know. They probably went into the drawer and said, this size will work for you. Why don't you put these on? He said, I like those. Might have been something like that. And he's right on cue making a tackle.
Right on cue there. So point out somebody's clothing, and they're going to make the next play.
Look at that. Loses his helmet so he can, shake the lettuce a little bit. That's a good look. Nice tackle. That's 62, Scott.
62. We called his name Levin McKinney-Reed.
Yeah, nice tackle, Levin.
Yeah, in youth football, all the moms had their little tricks to be able to tell which player was their son. Different socks, shoes, bandanas, and other things.
Whoa, nice wallop. Still going. See, that might be the reason Levin took the yellow pants. He goes, Mom can find me.
Number 34 coming into the game, that's Evan Marchio. 71 was subbed in, and that's Luca Albert. He's been playing offensive line. See, 81 was in the game. That's Austin Olson. Didn't see who came in for Will linebacker there.
145, 144 to go. Back to pass. Rainbow to the corner. And caught. That could have been interference as well, Scott.
Yeah, I think
I think it's number 1 over there. Was on the coverage.
Mason Jeffrey on the coverage. Kind of got turned around a little bit.
Yeah, he got up in his chili a little bit. There was no flag, and then good job by the receiver making the adjustments and good concentration, making a nice catch.
Yeah, that footwork and doesn't come natural. So a lot of these kids too, you know, in youth football are playing running back, quarterback, different positions, and then you get to freshman football and you kind of got to sort a little bit and pick some. So
Scott, there's a flag on the play there. I didn't see that. There it is, right there. I think that's coming back.
It appears so. I think they're having a little debate about where they're supposed to start from here. So
is that Gary Campbell? He does it all. I believe, isn't it, or not?
Yeah, that's coming back. So it looks like it was a 10-yard penalty. I didn't see what.
I think it was holding.
Yeah, freshman football, they're not looking up to the booth and giving us the signal.
No.
So they're just getting the ball set and get going here. So 136 left here in the second quarter.
There's no microphone PA system for the officials?
Timeout Wildcats. We're going to talk it over.
So, Scott, on your scoreboard, I'll show you how to do the timeouts, too. There's a way to do that there, right? Let me see. Right here. Just hit that pop-down arrow. Now they'll have 2 left. There we go.
That presumes that we didn't miss one they already called.
Very well could have. See, I'm going to go to the clock, and we can get people dialed in at the time here.
Yeah, 14-0 Wildcats, 1:36 left in the second. Got first down and 20, and it's from the Wildcat 38, 39.
Yeah, there's not a lot of wind today, but what wind there is blowing directly into the window we have open here. You can hear it a little bit on the microphones. Not terrible. But. All right, what do we have? Second, went down. First down and 20 after that penalty. So that beautiful play on the adjustment by that receiver was negated. Oh, nice play. Oh, still going. Athletic. Look at the kid. He's going to throw it. Tell you what, that quarterback keeping his balance and concentration, pretty athletic.
Going to have to play a little slippery pig game at home there, I see.
Yeah, the couple guys had really good shots at the sack opportunity there, and quarterback just really elusive and strong, broke those tackles and got one up in the air, but incomplete. Clock stops with 1:24 to go till the half. 14-0 River Falls. Nose of the ball rests on about the 38-yard line. Wildcat. Little Wildcat snap there to the running back, and he scampers to the outside, and he gains about 15 of that back.
I think we're going to be third and about 8. Third and 9, third and 8, third and 7.
I think they gave
him a lot.
Like 15, yeah. I got the 15 because when I saw that referee referee over there, it didn't look like it here on the near side.
I'd say they got about third and 4 then.
Yeah.
Third and 5 maybe. See what the Wildcat defense can draw up here. They got a lot of pressure.
1:16 to go.
I don't think you don't see a lot of screen passes on freshman football.
There it is, Scott, right on cue. We got a sack. That's number 40. I think that's your guy. What's your grocery bill, Scott? Nice sack there by Simpson. So I think an observation here this quarter, DC Everest has possessed the football most of the second quarter, Scott, and they have nothing to show for it.
Yeah, I think, the defense is – I think we're getting a really good push on defensive line. You don't see as much discipline at freshmen. They're kind of trying to shake off that flag football, all out, go get the quarterback, not staying in their lanes as much, but so far it's working out pretty good.
Now we have another whistle on the field with
Yeah,
22 seconds to go. That's going to be a timeout, Everest.
Yeah.
We'll do this just for practice, Scott. There we go.
Yeah, I think at the varsity level, if you see this kind of, if your offensive line is letting this kind of pressure, and then you go to that screen game. But I haven't seen too many freshman football teams that can pull off that can execute a screen very well. So
that's timing, it's practice.
It'll look different when they get to JV, and they have to be a little more disciplined on what they do. But now I guess you just kind of go get them.
Hey, Dan, do you have time of possession for Everest this quarter? Seems like most of the quarter.
Unfortunately, we were a little rushed to get all this information in and set up the season for them, and I had gone into the settings to change it to a 9-minute clock.
Yeah.
So my time possession's off a little bit.
Yeah, but so unofficially, what do you think? 80% of this second. Has River Falls possessed it in the second quarter?
Well, we had the interception.
They had
so
that.
The interception, yeah.
So whatever that was, that 7-8 seconds. Brian, can you remember a possession by River Falls this quarter?
No.
So,
Hi there.
hey Jeff, how are you?
I'm all right.
I'm good. Welcome. I'm gonna give this right over to Jeff. Watch this.
How good as you can possibly go.
Yeah, if I had to guess, it's looking like we're 6 minutes and 49 seconds for River Falls and 10 minutes and 49 seconds for Everest.
That's incomplete.
Yeah, the
Come on in here, Jeff.
defense holds there.
So what are you just doing? Just single shots.
We're going to have a chance here. We got 16 seconds. So then, JV or varsity, this is a knee and head to halftime. Freshman, it's probably
Okay.
all go routes. See what happens. We'll see what they come out for sets. Looks like one wide receiver set here. Two wide receiver set, I formation.
You got 16 seconds. You just go for it, what? Or not? You take your 14-0 lead into halftime, I guess, huh, Scott?
Yeah, I think you don't want to lose too many snaps. Trying to get the kids as many snaps as possible. So doesn't look like they're going to call a timeout though and get another play. So that's it for the half. So at the end of 2 quarters of play, River Falls Wildcats 14, DC Everest 0.
And we're going to halftime for 5 minutes, and maybe we'll take a little bit of a break here, and you won't hear anything. We'll turn our volume down, and we'll come back with you in about 3 minutes.
Welcome back. We're all set for second half here, so we got the third quarter on the board. We got 9 minutes on the scoreboard, and we are going to receive the second half kickoff. And after this kick, we'll get some stats from Dan Jenkins. And I challenge you to find another freshman football game in Wisconsin that has stats live on the air. Oh, face mask. Big time face mask. Somebody's got to see that. Whipped his whole head around.
Oh, yeah. So, Jeff, I can tell you right now already that you're better than me on that camera, just by the way you just did that right there. You've been on an NFL sideline once or twice, I could tell. A couple times.
Yeah, well, we moved Kevin off the camera for the second half. He didn't cut it, so.
So no, we literally have a former NFL sideline camera person now operating our freshman football camera.
We called up the union and said we need somebody with a lot more experience. And that does mean we'll need you to, Venmo us some River Falls Sports, some donations here.
And we working on a little NIL deal for the River Falls Sports, and we had 17 cents in the tin can.
Yeah,
so
the talent is worth twice as much.
Yeah.
The bad news is that
if we
twice as zero is still
zero.
Still zero.
Yeah.
So again, sorry that it's a little hard to see all the numbers out there. It looks like they're traditional. Basically, their starters there. Cody Ronender.
That's 29 in the carry there,
kind
Scott.
Kind of a single back set. Max Walquist still at quarterback. There may be some changes up front. It'd be pretty difficult to get all the numbers, but it looks like. And then again, we have somebody who's wearing a jersey that's not on our list. So we've got a 94 on the field. I think that's Liam Winberg, who's 99 on our roster. We know now Blake Freeze is number 80. A fumble there, I think.
That's 29 again, Scott.
I think Cody got that one back.
Scott, I just figured this thing out. We should get the monitor going because what Jeff is doing with that camera, I can see it a lot more clear on the screen than I can by looking out the window. So folks at home are getting a real treat. So Jeff, if you've noticed already there, I'm talking to our camera guy now, the lighting on this field is outstanding. The sun is right at our back. It's vivid.
So Wildcat's in a 3rd and long. Clock is ticking with 7:30 left in the third quarter. Little swing pass to the fullback, and he's going to go a long way.
20, 15, 10, 5, touchdown Wildcats.
Number 28, Eric White, with lots of yards after catch there. And again, we will see Leo Corey, number 42. Apologies if I don't have that pronunciation correct. Corey is Khoury. Little high snap, and Holder did a good job to get it down, but kick is low and into the back of the lineman, so we'll stick at 20-0. See some of our varsity coaching squads.
Real quick on some stats here. Max Walquist, 5 of 7 for 84 yards, 1 touchdown. Blake Rodriguez on rushing, 5 for 22. Cody Ronender, 5 for 9. Alex Simpson had the 1 rush in from the 2-yard line for a touchdown. Eric White, 1 reception just there for 54. Mauer Ewing, 3 for 21, and Mason Fox, 1 for 9.
Yeah, the first half was a tale of 2 different plays. We had like a 90-some yard interception return and a 2-yard touchdown plunge. And thank you, Corey Combs, number 50. You're getting a chance to watch your nephew Riley out there hold down defensive line. Catch about the 30 and splits the defense. And the kicker makes the tackle, and that's
42.
probably a touchdown saving tackle there. So you see a lot of returns at the freshman level. There's not too many kickers. We don't see a lot of touchbacks here. Just starting to work on their form a little bit, try to get that end-over-end kick and starting to put it where they want to put it, and then they got to hit the weight room. So it looks like we're back to the Blake Freeze at linebacker, along with number 79, Dylan Meyer. I'll call out some other numbers here if I see some subs that I haven't seen. 66, I don't know that I've called out Reese Hansen's name. I see he's in at, looks like he's in at defensive tackle. The ends are, I think we're still at the same ends that we've had for most of the game.
Second down, what about 3, huh, Scott?
Little scoot through the middle there for a first down. We see Dominic Kraske in the game at DB. Trying to see the far side DB. I think that's still no. That's number 1, Mason Jeffrey. Linebackers are Meyer, Freeze, and Dietrich. And nice tackle there by Dietrich.
Number 3 for DC Everest, his second carry in a row. I see he's got a nose for the goal line. He's always leaning forward. Little spin move there to tack on an extra 1.5 yards after initial contact. Nice job, number 3 for DC Everest.
We've got linebackers swaps here. Well, looks like Simpson's either at linebacker or he's setting up as the nose tackle. And looks like Leo Curry back in at one of the linebackers. Number 40, Alex Simpson there with the tackle.
Boy, it's like he knew the play there. Scotty blew that right up, saw the handoff and broke through the line and was on him quickly.
Yeah, you got front line looks like it consists of Landon Koopfall, Riley Combs, Alex Simpson, Reese Hansen, and Sawyer Blake.
4:30 to go here in quarter 3. 4:30 in quarter 3. Number 41 on the reception. Nice job getting his hands underneath that ball. Little out route. And Jeff bringing you those pictures right into your living room. Jeff, nice work on the camera there.
At some point, the offensive linemen on the freshman team figure out that they don't call holding very much, and then so far they haven't got all. They figured it. One of them figured it out on that play. Got their hand right in the shoulder pads and held on for dear life. Again, good pressure by Landon Koopfall and Simpson. Rest of the defensive line was stout. We had plenty of coverage. And another turnover on downs. The Wildcats are doing a really good job. I have to say, I have very low expectations of freshman defense.
Look good today.
I've seen a lot of 45 to 35 games. I think that's a sign of good things for the Wildcats. We got an I formation here with Cody in the backfield. He's got a blocker and follows him right through. That's a good 12, 13-yard pickup on first down.
So, Jeff, pan just above the American flag and look over the top of those houses. And I want to make a comment about the trees. Just go up a little bit there. Look at, there's one tree that didn't get the memo. We're still in summer. Look at that. One red tree there. Not yet. Not yet, maple tree. You're early. You're early to the party.
Next week you'll have more than one.
Yeah. Simpson rumbling, stumbling forward, gets over the midfield stripe, out to the 49.
Little change there. We had Simpson in the tailback position that time, and Grayton Dorn in the front of the eye. Again, I think we've got more than 5 big, strong guys for offensive line here. They've rotated a few in throughout the game. They probably played. Looks like they've played to me seven guys on offensive line, and they're having a good time out there. And of course, when you compliment a group, then
The opposite happens.
Then we didn't get much push at all there.
2 minutes and 30 seconds. Clock continues to run here in quarter 3. Scoreboard's correct. It's 20-0 River Falls Wildcats over the DC Everest Evergreens here at Wildcat Field on the campus of River Falls High School, River Falls, Wisconsin.
So we're still in the I formation here. I think we're probably in clock mode here. Simpson with the carry. Gets on second and 11, I think he gets about 5. Oh, they're going to spot that quite a bit farther up than I thought.
How big is Nick? He looks like he's 6 foot 185. Am I close?
Well, Nick's my brother.
Okay, I mean Alex. Excuse me. I'm sorry. Yeah, I was thinking of your.
Alex is probably 5'11", about 195 right now.
Okay, I was close then. I am 10% rule. That's big for a freshman.
He's a big freshman.
Yep.
They've got, honestly, this group, again, some big athletes.
So I'm going to go to my statistician. That's considered a pass, isn't it, Dan? Because it was a two-handed chest pass forward. It's a forward pass, I believe.
Is that how we want to count that?
Yeah, if he drops that, that'd be an incomplete play.
Yeah.
Yep.
I did see in New Richmond we went to the tight ends a little bit more. I haven't really seen them today, so hopefully if I mention it, we'll get a pass out there. Big Michael Pelton.
1 minute to go.
In.
1 minute to go here in quarter 3. 1 minute.
Fourth and about 5.
They drew him off sides. They gave him the old Aaron Rodgers hard count right there.
I think we, depending on what they think we had to get, I think that's a first down, right?
It is.
Might even be automatic. Don't know the rules that well, but.
That is Gary Campbell out there. It's good to see Gary. He's always reffing something.
We're going to get 5-yard penalty and a first down. And that's going to get us a little bit closer. We got 48 seconds. 1st and 10. Looks like we're on the DC Everest 39. It looks like Grayton Dorn and Blake Rodriguez in the eye. Grayton in the up back. Play action. Little trouble. Got to throw it out of bounds or just get back as close as you can.
So, Scott, the way he tucked that very quickly, that almost looked like a design run play. Or do you still think it was blowing up and he thought he'd just try to do what he can, maybe? I don't know.
It did not look – I didn't see the blocking, if it was run blocking or pass blocking. So I guess you ought to be able to tell by what the offensive line thought it was.
But he tucked that pretty quickly was my observation.
I'd say that looked to me like pass blocking.
41 seconds here in quarter 3. That's a nice pass and catch.
Yeah, it got us a little bit. We're not seeing it. We haven't seen that much on the varsity this year with that fullback pass, but boy, that's something we have seen in the history here. Lots of.
It's just getting those athletes out into open space.
Lots
right?
of action for fullbacks.
Yep, get the athletes out into open space and let them do their thing, and that's a good, effective way to do that.
And then here again, you got the fullback kind of out in a wide receiver position, providing some extra blocking there. Oh, we got a little bit of a horse collar, but
it'll let her go.
Seemed a little incidental there.
So I'm watching the monitor
so
here.
That was 21. I don't think we've called his name. That's Peter Ostrike. And see if there's anybody else. I think the rest of that group we've called their names before.
So Jeff, Scott, I was watching the play there that Jeff had on camera, and that tackle, he did get his hand more under the back of his shoulder pads. Initially, I thought 2 under his neck, but it was a fair tackle. That'll do it for quarter 3.
Well, Dan, you got some updated stats for the crowd.
Yeah,
we got a
sure.
20-0 game here.
Yeah, Max Walquist is 7 for 9 for 93 yards and 1 passing touchdown. Alex Simpson has got we've got up to 23 yards on 10 rushes, or excuse me, 8 rushes with the touchdown. Blake Rodriguez 8 rushes for 22 yards. Cody Ronender 6 for 21. Eric White is leading receiving for 2 for 64 yards. Bauer Ewing 3 receptions for 21 yards. And Mason Fox 1 for 9. We had the who is it that did the intercept? Yeah, Ken Jordan with pick 6. And then Merrick Dietrich is leading the defense with 5 tackles and 1 assist. And Alex Simpson has 2 sacks with 4 tackles and 1 assist. Mason Jeffrey with 4 tackles. And then Eric White, Levin McKinney, Ken Jordan, Royden Roslansky, Camden Kroll, Elijah Johnson, Leo Corey, and Sawyer Blake all with 1 tackle so far.
That's Dan Jenkins on the statistics, and that'll allow us the opportunity to thank Sarah Jenkins with Property Executives Realty. She's at 612-703-3944. That's our first freshman football ad. But sarahjenkins.com is worth it. She could be your realtor right here in River Falls. Proud sponsor of all Wildcat football here in River Falls, Wisconsin.
Also appreciate the support of First National Bank of River Falls.
Throw them up there right there. They're proud sponsors of everything Wildcat sport right here on the River Falls Sports YouTube network.
I think, Kevin, that shows you a little bit, demonstrates maybe back to that play you had that question on. I think Max still as a young quarterback, his main go-to when in trouble is to just run out of there as fast as possible, tuck it and go. And I think, that's a reasonable choice at this point. Try to do that in varsity, it might hurt a little bit more, but
that's a freshman thing, right? He's probably 14 years old. I don't know. Has not been on the planet that long, but in his whole young life, he's been dominant in every backyard game through his athleticism, and that's just carrying over onto the football field here, right?
Yeah, I think it starts to even out a little bit as you move up the ranks a little bit. You're, surrounded by some athletes that are as good as you or better than you, and so.
Right.
Oh, nice throw.
Oh, touchdown!
I think it's possible this one's coming back. I called the tight end. That's Mason Fox, I think. He's been set as a wide receiver and as a tight end in this game.
So you said flag on the play, right?
Yeah, coming back. And there again, we're talking about Alex's size. Max is a tall kid, big kid. You've got Michael Pelton, Mason Fox, Landon Kufal. There's a lot of, if you kind of look down the sideline at these kids, you can see a few heads popping up over the rest of them as the size, growth spurts, and all those things happening on and off for these kids. So there's some big kids out there. There'll be some kids that are going to be bigger. I think it was eye-opening to me seeing the varsity team come out this year. And at early practices and street clothes, and just seeing the growth and development from junior to senior on a lot of those kids is pretty incredible. So these freshmen, they got a long ways to go.
That skips in there, incomplete. Good idea. That's a good safe pass right there. You see a little bit of a defensive pressure coming in on that back there, and you throw it low and away. Hopefully you can get under it, but that one just skipped in there. Safe pass, incomplete. Third and what do we have?
We sometimes forget the freshmen,
15.
kind of think the freshmen are in their own world, and for the most part that is the case. But, you got Coach Schurz down there, has been down here pretty much the whole game, taking a look, and quarterback position in particular is important for them to think about, like, what the future's going to look like, and so there's a lot of attention paid to the freshman quarterback, and
he's an athlete.
I'm sure Coach Schurz is looking at other kids today, but in particular, I think you want to see kind of what kind of game management and touch and other things that you can see already with a freshman quarterback, and I'd say looks pretty good to me.
This is the first time I've laid eyeballs on these kids, most of them, and that number 9, I can see he's dominated in a vacant lot here or there. That's what my observation is growing up, I would guess.
Yeah, and good kid. Kid you'd like to meet on the street, talk to. Good, I'm sure, a good teammate, and that's the makings of a high school quarterback.
There he goes again, Scott. Tuck it and go. Put the shoulder down and plunge it forward. But I think they're gonna. That was 4th down.
I think
it was.
I think they're gonna be a little short. No, I think it was 3rd, Kevin.
No, it was 4th down. They turned it over on downs. Yep.
Oh, so I'm not sure.
Yeah, Gary Campbell with the emphatic. You're short.
I think
1st and 10, DC Everest.
I don't know if they kind of got lulled in towards the end of the game here, but neither side seemed to know exactly what had just happened. So.
He ran. He was probably a yard short, a first down yard to gain there.
Yeah,
And
I don't think he was that close to a first down.
Okay.
So, but they didn't. Defense didn't run off the field victorious until referee Gary Campbell said, "Hey, we're going the other way." Looks again. Let's see if I can call some names when I see the back here.
You got timeout on the field. Timeout, DC Everest.
It looks again like we've got Meyer and Marchio at linebackers. I see 12 at one of the cornerbacks, Dominic Kraske.
Yeah, I love doing games here. I don't know. I don't know why, but the colors are just vivid from this field. They're very good. Yeah, there's a big crowd here today, Scott. It's standing room only.
Yeah, literally standing room only. It looks like
people all up against the fence down here to your left. Jeff, want to get a shot of that down here? Can you get the crowd, or is that thing in the way? Let's see if we can get them down there.
So the situation on the field is 20. We got
quite.
20-0 score for the Wildcats. DC
quite.
Everest can come out first and 10. About
Yep.
7 of the 9 minutes left here in the fourth quarter. And I see people getting their boat trailers lined up and
Yes.
jockeying for their position to get out of the parking lot here.
It's still going. It'll tuck and roll at the end of that for number 1 from DC Everest.
Yeah, I'd say they got an athlete there too. I think we haven't seen a lot of touch passes from the DC Everest quarterback, but certainly he's an athlete. He's gotten out of trouble a couple times on his own, pretty much, and I'd say probably has 50 yards rushing. Although he's been sacked a couple times, so. I don't know what his net would be at this point, but we're not getting as much push here. It's really hard to tell where DC Everest would be as far as their subbing. I'd suspect by this time they've got some of their subs in too.
Nice throw. Oh, what a catch.
Now, right when I said I haven't seen a whole lot of touch passes, there's a nice one. So
that was an absolute Dilfer dime right there. He put it right between the 4 and the 1. About a 30-yard gain. That was a nice throw. And our former NFL sideline camera guy was just absolute money on that play. You guys will get a real treat to go back and rewatch this.
I don't know. I called Joseph Huttmeyer's name yet. I see he's in. Trying to look for other numbers here I haven't seen.
Flag on River Falls.
Let's see. We've got Koopfall and Blake, and then bookending looks like Axel Gilbert and Reese Hansen on the defensive line. I see fumble.
Ball on the ground. Let's see who's got that. I think DC Everest did get back on top of that, Scott. Wildcats had a shot at it, just scored it out of there and recovered by DC Everest.
Looked like 81 Austin Olson forced the fumble there. 23 Matthew Johnson in the action there. Pass deflected by number 18, Landon Koopfall.
Flag on the play, I see.
It's possible he's calling a hold on him, and he still got the pass deflection, so.
Yeah, they're pointing back towards the DC Everest.
See number
side.
27 in the game, Noah Thomas.
That is a holding, Scott. Second down and 13 now for the Evergreens. There's a screen.
Yeah, and I think, good idea for what we've seen, but again, pretty challenging to get everybody's timing right. And
5:24 to go in the game.
we got a third and about 13. And I think we've discovered that everywhere on the field is 4-down territory, so chip away on this first play and
Try to get half of it, huh?
don't have to get it all.
No, is there a
Another
flag?
Couple of them. Late ones.
I saw palms up, but I didn't see the flag initially.
I think some of the varsity DBs are going to have a little chat about what you want to do after.
The contact.
Don't bring a lot of attention to
Yourself.
yourself. Just walk away like you made a good play.
Yeah. Don't go palms up.
Yeah, I actually am not sure that was pass interference. It sort of looked like the receiver went down, but
Scott, that was similar to a play.
I'd have to see the replay to see
Yeah.
see what the ref saw.
Scott, that was similar to a play we saw last night in the varsity game where there was some incidental foot tangling going on, and then there was a late flag. That was similar.
Yeah, nothing hurt here. You get back on defense and get ready to go.
5:16 to go in the contest. 20-0, River Falls.
It's like Peter Ostrike in the game again. See number 2, Shiloh Neighbor. And
That's a pretty smart play there, out of the pocket and throw it away before he steps out of bounds. Saved himself about 5 yards. Smart play. Being a young kid. It's an alert football play. Scott, I had mentioned it earlier, but time of possession in this game will heavily favor DC Everest, and they don't have anything to show for it. They've possessed the ball a lot.
yeah, there's no place on the scoreboard to
For
give you any
possession.
points for possession. So
Right. Yeah, if you were to only see that statistic, you wouldn't guess the score, but it's 20-0. We call it the bend but don't break defense thus far.
yeah, they're certainly, long bus ride. They're getting their money's worth out of plays. They are huddling. So
I was going to make a comment on that, a practical comment. It's a 36-minute football game and a 2-hour and 38-minute bus ride one way. Good competition, though. glad they're here.
I bet if you ask these kids, they'd gladly ride a bus for 2.5 hours to play a game.
Right here in this field, you bet. You bet. You bet.
Nice tackle there. I think that was Sawyer Blake on the tackle, number 85.
Maybe you haven't yet, but once in a while I get those moments where I'm like, I sounded like my parents. That was one of them right there. Sorry.
You don't have to be sorry if you like your parents.
Yeah. No, it was an eye roller, though. Good effort there by the quarterback from DC Everest. Gets down to what, about the 4?
Yeah, number 28 on the tackle there, Eric White. A couple other guys had a chance there, but I think you saw the size mismatch. That's a pretty big quarterback.
3 minutes and 36 seconds to go. They're knocking on the door, trying to get off the bagel.
Yeah, it certainly makes a difference to you if you're having to get back on that bus and take a long bus ride, whether you get shut out or you score here. So we don't look to be subbing in. So these guys are who we're rolling with. They got to come up big for us. We kind of spread our defense out there a little bit, and they ran right up the middle where we.
Direct snap.
Oh, that was a Wildcat direct snap.
So DC Everest puts 6 on the board, and now a couple kids had to put their helmets back on because they must be on the 2-point defense team. I'm guessing they don't have a big depth chart where everybody knows you're a 1 or a 2. They just got to have who they've got. So some of the starters back in, I see.
Keeper, a good hard run. They convert the 2.
So a little bit of a moral victory for DC Everest. Your score is still 28. Wildcats, I don't know if DC Everest's freshman team has onsides. The varsity team does pooch, onside, all kinds of varieties of kicking. So maybe they start teaching that.
They often do that in programs, right? You start that at the freshman level, and
yeah, I would guess whoever the special teams guy is for varsity kind of wanders over to the freshman practices every once in a while and spends 15, 20 minutes teaching them some of the basics. So
yeah, they had a real nice onside kick last night. They were about a yard away from executing, and then they had a 4th and 10 punt situation with a fake punt that they converted. So their little trickeration on special teams was pretty active last night at the varsity level.
Yeah, there's likely some big brothers on the varsity team, so some of these freshmen have seen it before. They're not really in a onside kickoff formation, but we've got the hands team in.
There you go. 3:16 to go. There it is. Again, that's a good effort by DC Everest. It's a nice onside kick, and one River Falls player says, I better go get that.
Yeah, that was good. I think he did what he's supposed to.
Yeah, gets on that.
I don't think they practice that too much. He doesn't know to go out and get it. He doesn't have to wait for it to come back. But, kind of get your heart out of your throat there, and he grabbed that ball and took the hit. That's Jonah Thompson, 52, I think, on the recovery. At the end of the day, if we get it, doesn't have to look pretty. Onside kick rarely looks pretty.
Hey, your brother Nick Simpson's on Team Kevin. He says, hats off to the bus drivers that'll take that afternoon and drive these kids around. We haven't given a shout out to a bus driver in a long time. Thanks, Nick. That's a great run. Still going, and maybe just stepped out of bounds.
Yeah, he left a few guys in his wake. He had a good lead blocker there. Offensive line had a really big push. I mean, they were well down the field.
3 minutes and 8 seconds to go in the contest.
This is even for these young offensive linemen, this is the time that they kind of enjoy, right? 3 minutes left. We're not doing pass sets. We're running.
Mm-hmm. Clock rolls now,
Just
2:57, 2:56.
Just look across the line from that guy and say, I'm going to move you here. Let's go. And they know that that's what's coming, so everybody's in the box.
You can kind of sell out now for the run. Number 22 says, I want to still play. Gets him in the backfield, throws him down. Loss of a couple. 2:35, 2:34, 2:33 to go. Second down and 12 for the Cats.
We got our first hand signal from the ref, and we're not really sure what to do with it because we're not having anything to do with the clocker.
You know, I'm gonna whistle. Look at Gary Campbell. He's barking out signals. You know, if Gary's on the field or court, things are gonna go well. He's well in control. Look at him.
Yeah, I don't know what he's explaining or not explaining, but I would.
It's good that Gary hasn't had to come up to the booth yet tonight for instant replay review. That's good.
I don't know if it was supposed to be a timeout or what, but
They're rolling now. 2:31.
well, it's an interesting play that didn't go very well. We had a fullback coming one way and a wide receiver going the other way, and that can be a disaster.
Yeah. 209, 208, 207. 20-8 Wildcats.
So we got a third and long here, 3rd and 13. We got I set again. Looks like Blake Rodriguez is the setback. Got two out wide.
They're going to pass.
Now there's one where I think if you just design run it, he probably gets 5 yards. And
Yeah, because like you had said a play or two ago, Scott, they were selling out in the box and they're really tight there. He had the edge initially. If he doesn't pull up like he's going to pass and just tucks it and goes, he maybe can get there.
so I'm thinking that is DC Everest's last time out, because I think they intended to tell us they took a timeout before there to stop the clock, but so River Falls is rolling with, looks like,
Fourth down and 3 is how it'll set up here now with 1:27 to go. A conversion here, and you take the victory formation and you take the knee. Potentially. I'm not sure that they do that in freshman football or not. Oh, excuse me, 4th and 13. 4th and 13.
yeah, you're 13 yards away from victory here, Kevin.
Mm-hmm.
They got their water, they got their pep talk.
So, yeah, you probably go aerial here, huh?
Yeah, I'm just not sure they want to risk pick 6 or something that changes the momentum very much.
So
but
maybe not. We'll see what
I don't.
What they decide to do here.
A single back there. Well,
That's a nice pass, nice catch. I think he's going to be just short of first down yardage, though, Scott. He was taken down on the 25. I think he needed to get to the 24 and a little dinged up on the play. Or they even call that incomplete. They're conferring.
I think it sure looked like a catch.
They said
to
it was a
me.
catch. That referee over there said it's a catch, but it's about a yard short of the yard to gain. It'll be a turnover on downs. Back over to DC Everest with 1:17 to go. Really nice pass, really nice catch, just a yard short of the line to gain.
Yeah, I guess if you had any question about if the coach trusts the quarterback, that's,
It's a nice pass. He
the
threw it.
score the way it is, thrown over the middle.
Mhm.
He really
Yeah, real nice. That's good too.
kept his
yeah.
composure
Yeah,
and
really good
grabbed
job.
that snap and put it on him, gave him a chance.
Yeah, sometimes these young quarterbacks will hit the panic button a little bit if the ball gets on the turf like that, but he really kept his cool well, gathered it, stood up, and made a nice pass. Oh, what a pass there. Knocked away. Good defense. Number 1 there, Scott, on the defense.
Mason Jeffrey. Good defense also by 7 and 6, both in there. They really, Eli Johansson and Royden Roslansky. So you had DBs doing their job and the safety in the right spot. So
Hey, Jeff, I'm going to comment. I can tell this isn't your first rodeo. You followed that ball like I was watching a golf ball going across here. That was beautiful. Right in focus.
we're at 1:10 left in the game.
Whoa, Nelly.
He let go right away, so I don't know that they're going to throw a flag on that. I think that's just a big arm.
Well, now it's their final timeout. So they had one left.
So they must have had one left.
Yep. I had them all off the board, but they did have one remaining. Now they're out of timeouts with 55 seconds to go in the contest. Just because we have a second, let's do it. Let's ring through of all of our Wildcat sponsors. First National Bank of River Falls, River City Stitch, the Massa Mortgage Team, Leach Insurance, State Farm Insurance, Jen Rivard, Sarah Jenkins with Property Executive Real Estate, Black Wolf Exteriors, and the Garage Bikes and Brews. Thank you to all of our game sponsors.
And we don't have a mini grinder. What do we?
No, I don't
what
know.
would be the equivalent to the grinder for a freshman game?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what that would be. We're not giving away coaster breaks. I don't know.
Well, this is big. You see if these guys are still going to play hard. Don't want to pack it up quite yet. Get all the plays in you can get here.
Like to see it. Nice run. He's not done. He's going to go. And just like that, the game is now not over. Just an onside kick away now from making it interesting, Scott.
Yeah, we just had two guys kind of run into each other and saw some freshman tackling.
Just like that, it's 2014 with 41 seconds to go in the game.
Well, I think we're going to see a DC Everest onside kick again.
Yep, that's what I said. We're just an onside kick away from a little bit of potential drama here when we were kind of packing up the bags.
This is a big stop here.
To keep it a 6-point game. Just keeping their hands in their big stud. And works his way to the promised land. And I think he's in, and he is. 2 more points for DC Everest. 16-20. Your score with 41 seconds to go in the contest. And really, Scott, it's all coming down to the onside kick now.
Yeah, you had a chance. The coach had a chance to chat with them last time after and say, hey, if this is what happens, this is what you do. So if you're DC Everest, I'm guessing you go the different direction or do a different type of onside kick. But they were pretty close that first one.
They were. the one Wildcat player who decided to get up and get aggressive and go get that ball. If he doesn't there, it probably would have worked. So we'll see if they dial that up again or if they go something different, like Scott said.
Yeah, they brought a few. Wildcat coaches are putting a few guys that probably didn't practice this. Some of their starting linebackers and defensive outside linebackers and inside linebackers are in up front. So hopefully they'll give it to that front line of DC Everest, and then you've got, it looks like 4 wide receivers and running backs behind them, just playing one safety back.
I'm getting flashbacks to a Green Bay Packers Seattle Seahawks game from about 12 years ago. And this didn't go well. Oh, pooch kick. That's interesting.
That's a live ball. I don't know what happened, but.
And he kicking out of bounds.
Timeout.
River Falls. Timeout, River Falls. Interesting.
That's too bad. The game was going to be over. Number 4, Tavius Jordan was on his way to scoop that up. So
And that's an interesting strategy there. You just kick it over the heads of everybody, and then it's a foot race to the football. It did go out of bounds, though, huh, Scott? Is that what you saw there?
No, it didn't.
It didn't. Huh?
Referee called the timeout
Prior.
I don't know if it was going to go out. It's possible, but I think in that case, probably just pick it up anyways. You're not really looking to get a penalty here. That doesn't help us.
All right, so no time came off the clock there. It's still 41 seconds with that timeout. Wildcats up by 4. DC Everest trying to execute an onside kick to give themselves a chance at a miracle comeback here in River Falls.
And we're onside left to receive it, so we've got everybody stacked just on one side here. So that puts a lot of trust in number 80, Blake Freeze, and
well, it's just fun for
those guys on the right side, because there's not too many of them over there. If the kick goes that way.
For those of you who stuck around, this gets a little exciting here. Fun play in football right here, onside kick.
They sure look like they're going to their left, our right.
Here we go.
And we just let them get the ball.
Wow.
Yeah, there doesn't make a lot of sense to me how we set that one up, but.
Well, it's our first freshman football broadcast in a few years, and this might turn into one of the instant classics.
Well, it won't be a classic if we lose, Kevin. We're homers.
Right, that.
We're 100% homers here.
That would just be like just a regular ESPN classic. You don't know if you're rooting for. No, it would not go in the River Falls showcase of classics. That's for sure. But a game that really it looked like it was over about a minute ago, and now set up in great position here for DC Everest with 41 seconds.
Yeah, we could really use a couple sacks or other things to really throw this off.
How about right now? How about it's caught. There's no timeout, so the clock is going to run.
Yeah,
30.
The clock is just going to keep running down here.
I'll help
27.
you. 7, 26, 25, 24, 23, 22, 21, 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15. This might be their last play, Scott. Corner of the end zone. Incomplete. That'll leave 6 seconds. They'll get one more shot at it. Boy, he had some separation there, didn't he, Scott?
Yeah, I think Hart's going a little bit faster right now. I think some dads out there with their iWatches are probably getting a little heart notification.
That's what that beeping in the stands is right now. 6 seconds. So most likely the last play of the football game, the nose of the ball is resting on the, 20-yard line? And 20-yard line. So 20 yards to pay dirt. See if the River Falls defense can get stiff right here.
Yeah, so
get on your feet.
We've added another member to the secondary. We've got one less linebacker, so we'll see how that works out for us.
Big play here. Now we have a whistle, and they call the
They
time. I don't have a
They
timeout
don't
left.
have any timeouts left, so. Oh,
Oh,
okay.
River Falls is going to call the timeout. Gary says, whoop, sorry about that. It's going timeout to River Falls.
Yeah, so the situation here, 2016, we got 6 seconds, so likely hard to imagine a freshman team could get off a second play.
On 6 seconds,
or
yeah.
play to take less than 6 seconds. Third down. They got about 3 yards to go for the first down, but I don't think that's not really a victory here. I think you gotta assume they're either gonna run that quarterback or try to throw it for the victory. Probably a little debate in the huddle over there right now with the coach. But I think we've certainly seen number one for them is likely one of their best athletes on the field, and so if you're going to take a chance, why not do it with?
So the big debate really here defensively, Scott, is do you pin your ears back and just try to get it to the quarterback, maybe even a blitz situation, or do you play back in more of a prevent defense situation and let them throw it and then trust your defensive backs and your linebackers? That's really the question. For me, I like throwing the kitchen sink at the quarterback.
I'm not too qualified here, but it looks like we've got Simpson up, one of the linebackers.
Here we go.
Pinched up, but we're gonna get after it here.
Edge of your seats, everybody at home. Last play of the football game. DC Everest going for the win. Wildcats trying to hold on. Back to pass. Looking, heavy pressure. Feeling it. Taken down. Sacked. The Simpson kid with a sack to end it for the Wildcats. They're going to get out of here with a W. Oh, baby, huh? How about that? Speed never has a day off.
Well, that's good. He's looking more like a linebacker than an offensive guard.
Yeah.
So.
How about that, Dad? That's a good way to end it this afternoon.
That's a good way to get in the car and get going. No, I think Dan, if you want to run through some stats quick, we had a lot of boys involved. I thought the defense was pretty good overall. We had a little bit of lapse there, special teams, but these coaches are doing a great job. They have limited time with these boys, and it takes a long time to cycle through that kind of stuff. They'll get better at that as this season goes on, and certainly I think the defense and the offense look pretty good, and we were going pretty deep and still having good results. So, Dan, how about those stats?
So, Max Walquist, our quarterback, 9 for 12 with 112 yards and 1 passing touchdown. On the running side, you've got Cody Ronender with 9 rushes for 34 yards. Alex Simpson with 8 rushes for 23 yards and a touchdown. Blake Rodriguez, 5 runs for 22 yards. Walquist also rushed 4 times scrambled for 9 yards. Ostrich, one rush for 5 yards. On the receiving, we got Eric White with 3 receptions, 76 yards, and a touchdown, which was a 54-yard pass. Bauer Ewing with 3 receptions for 21 yards. Mason Fox 2 for 16. And on the defensive side, we had Ken Jordan with the big pick 6 and 1 tackle. Merrick Dietrich with 6 tackles, 1 assist. Alex Simpson ended up with 3 tackles, 1 assist, 3 sacks, and tackle for a loss. Mason Jeffrey with 5 tackles, Eric White with 3 tackles, Sawyer Blake with 2, and then Levin McKinney-Reed, Ken Jordan, Royden Roslansky, Cam Kroll, and Elijah Johansson, Leo Curry, Matt Johnson, and Peter Ostrich, each with 1 tackle apiece. Total yards was 199 for River Falls and 276 for DC Everest. So they must, which is interesting.
Yeah, it kind of relates to the time of possession. They moved the ball, but it was a bend, don't break defense for River Falls and encapsulated on the last play. DC Everest had a chance to go in and win the game, and Mr. Simpson comes over there and makes a big tackle and sack and ends the game and sends River Falls out of here with a W today, 20-16.
Yeah, I hope everybody enjoyed the broadcast, and we're gonna try to keep it up here over the season and give chance for Grandpa and other folks that may not be able to travel over as easy for a freshman game. They've got some difficult start times, I guess I'd say, for people that are trying to hold down a job. So if we can help you out, you can watch us live or hit the stream after it's recorded if you didn't get a chance, and we're glad to have everybody on. We'll get the roster updated, and I'm sure then it'll be wrong next time too. But appreciate everybody's time. Thanks, Jeff and Kevin and Dan, and hope that we'll see you online soon.
Good night, everyone.